All right, we should be good to go, right? So guys, the gratitude is going crazy right now in the chat. It's overflowing right now, right? So that's definitely good to see, guys. Continue to send the link out, right? We're doing a call today, guys. It's kind of different, right, from the trainings that you've been seeing me host every single night, right? Those are individuals that are a part of, Impact Nation. We do those basic trainings every single night, showing you guys how to modify the stop losses, how to take partials, just the whole 9 yards through MetaTrader 4. But see, this training, guys, is a little different. We're still going to tap into the MetaTrader 4 later today. Don't worry. But this training is a little different, guys, right? And let me go ahead and pin myself. I'm sorry, I'm not spotlighted. I see we got Mr. Profit with Ross is spotlighted here, guys. So let me go ahead and spotlight myself. Right, Trey, give me a thumbs up. Are we good to go, man? Am I spotlighted? Okay, very good, very good. Good to see you, family. But see, today's training is going to be a little something special, right? This is going to be different, guys, right? This is going to be talking about the power of belief, right? Those of you individuals that are a part of my business or my top leaders, you talk to me pretty much on a daily basis. Guys, you know that right now I'm going through a spiritual journey, right? I'm going through a journey in my life where I'm becoming closer to God, right? And I'm using this skill set as ministry, right? Shout out to the Tobbins, Mrs. and Mrs. Mr. and Mrs. Tobbin, Mrs. Silver and her husband, right? You guys really instilled that in me, right? You guys said, hey, B, this is ministry. This is not just an academy where we're learning how to make money from our phone. This is ministry, right? So guys, understand, I'm allowing God to use me through this skill set of ministry. Right, guys, and I do have a few pointers I do want to talk about before we bring up the special guest today, right, guys, because I'm excited, right? This is actually one of the top earners in this space, family, right? And I actually have the pleasure of being in his proximity today, right? I actually have the pleasure of being in his proximity today. So extremely grateful, extremely appreciative for what he is doing for this community, right? And what he is doing for everyone else in this organization, not just, Big Faith Impact Nation, but the Wealthy Everything organization as well, right? So guys, what I want you guys to understand is until you realize that you are called here to shake up this world, right? Nothing is going to change. What does that mean, right? Dwayne is looking at me saying, B, what does that mean? That means you have to understand, family, that you are different. Right? God didn't give your vision to your neighbor down the street. He didn't give your calling to your coworker sitting in the other cubicle beside you, right? He said, Dwayne, this is my vision for you. He said, Trey, this is my calling for you. He said, Elena, this is what I see going on in your life, right? Guys, understand until you realize that you are different. You are not on the same vibration as everyone that is on the hate to say it, but the outside, right? We're here fighting multiple streams of income, right? We're here working towards 7 figures each and every day. We're here sacrificing things that the average person couldn't even uphold, right? Couldn't even dare to go through. So guys, we're different, right? We're different. We're not content with a 9-to-5. There's nothing wrong with working a job, but there's, like Nano said, right? There's nothing wrong with working a job, right? But there's an issue if that's where you stay. There's an issue if that's your only source of income, right? Guys, let's talk about it, right? We want to become wealthy, we have to continue to exhibit the characteristics that the wealthy have, right? Wealthy individuals don't have just one source of income. They have multiple. Really, they have 7+, right? Every single day, your goal is to strive to 7+ streams of income. The wealthy individuals don't take their money to invest, right? What do? They invest other people's money, OPM. Why are you not receiving residual income? The signals are coming out, TPs are smacking, right? We're securing 20 and 10 to 20 pips through modifying that stop loss and taking partials. So you're catching a bag, right? But you're taking your hard-earned money that you work with on Fridays to have to fill up that account, right? And you think that's going to take you to financial freedom. That's not a characteristic of the wealthy. So we want to be wealthy. We have to exhibit things that the wealthy are doing. and it starts today. Guys, you can do this, right? You are surrounded around individuals that want to see you win. You are surrounded around a community of individuals that, in order for us to win, I have to make sure that you win, right? In order for me to smack Chairwoman Tina Elena, I got to pull you to P2, P5 bare minimum, right? In order for me to go C25, Miss Silver, I got to get you to C10, right? Dwayne, in order for me to get you to become an educator, I got to get you to Platinum 5,000. You got what it takes, man. Shout out to Dwayne, just started my team about less than a week ago. His account is already up almost 1,000. Potential. What does Dwayne do? Dwayne stays consistent. He comes to class every single night. I think one night I noticed you came on a little late, Dwayne. I could call you out, right? But you come to class every single night. Dwayne's consistent. That's why his trading account is showing, right? Shout out to Elena, right? She's consistent. That's why she made almost $200 the other day just with the Ethereum trade. Pop Platinum 600 within her first 4 to 6 weeks in the business. She's consistent, right? Guys, I want you to understand that you can do this, right? But the question is, are you going to be consistent, right? When times get hard, are you still going to put in the effort? Are you still going to put in the work? When the TPs aren't smacking, are you still going to come to training? Are you still going to be a student? Family, this is serious. You should be growing through this process, family. Growing through this process. If you are the same person you were last year, guys, you're not growing. Right? Right? And I'm going to go ahead and leave you this, guys. I'm definitely going to step out of the way of greatness. Right, guys? But we're going to talk about hunger for more. Right? You got to have hunger to want more. You can't be consistent. Right? I'm sorry. You can't be complacent with where you are. You got to want to be at the next level. You got to want to help more lives. Wow, we helped 100. Okay, now let's go ahead and help 200 now. We helped 200. Let's help 500. Right? Guys, understand exposure is more powerful than an additive. Excuse me if I'm mispronouncing that. Right? What does that mean? That means in this space now you are noticing and you are seeing going to events where individuals are making $750,000 a month. You're being around proximity of individuals making $50,000 to $100,000 a month. Right? So that means you have been exposed. Let's talk about it. You have been exposed to what is possible for you. Yeah, you can go back to your mom's house after the event, right? You can go back to your 9 to 5 and work that job, but that exposure is going to always be there. It's like a rubber band. You're stretching a rubber band, but even when you stretch that rubber band and it tries to go to its natural state, what happens? It's still been exposed to that stretchiness, right? Guys, the exposure is what's important. These calls is what's important. These events is what's important. Drop a fire in the chat if you're going to Super Saturday this week. I know they have one in Arizona. There's one down there in Dallas, near Miss Silver, right? Shout out to the Dallas team. Hopefully you guys are there, right? New York. I know they have one in New York. I think the one in New York is next week. Right? I know Dwayne is out here in Arizona, right? Guys, get to the events. This is bigger than Zoom calls, family. There's a whole culture outside of Zoom calls. And until you do what? Expose yourself to it. Get that exposure, right? You're never going to experience it, right? And it's the exposure is what gets you through the tough times. It's the exposure that what gets you through when your account is going from stop loss to stop loss. It's the exposure that gets you through when your back office is going down and down and down. It's the exposure. Because your mind is now a rubber band, so no matter how long it takes me, I'm going to keep going because I've been exposed. I know that if I just keep going, If I just keep going, if I stay consistent, it may not come when I want it, but what they say in the word, God comes on time. I've been exposed. It's too late now. I've been exposed. I know what I can do now. I know what is possible. It's too late. I've been exposed. Family, I don't think you guys understand what I'm gonna step out of the way because we got my brother C. John in the building today. I'm gonna step out of the way, right, guys? I'm gonna step out of the way. The last thing I'm gonna say is the distance between here and there, right, which is the next level, besides hard work, is faith and belief that you can do it, right? Faith and belief that you can do it. So the distance from here to that chairman 10, the distance from here to you retiring your mother, the distance from here to you purchasing that first house, besides hard work and consistent, is belief that you can do it and faith that is possible. So family, I'm gonna definitely step out of the way of greatness, guys. Let's drop a C25 in the chat, right, guys? Let's drop a C25 in the chat because this individual who I have coming up right now, guys, is the definition of faith, right? Mr. Big Faith himself is the definition. It's literally his last name, right? You ask him, what's his first name? C. John. What's his last name? Big Faith. What's your first name? C. John. What's your last name? Big Faith. Literally, right? Guys, this is an individual who I study. This is an individual who I've been able to learn from, right, within the last year. This is an individual that I respect. This is the individual that I look up to the way he moves, right? The way he put God as a center of his business. This is someone I look up to. This is someone that I admire. This is someone that I would like Impact Nation to duplicate characteristics of Big Faith. So guys, understand, I got my notebook, right? I'm ready, right? Because what this individual is going to share with us today is going to be something that's going to be life-changing, right? But the question is, are you going to be taking notes? Are you going to be paying attention to the value, right, that this individual is going to be sharing today, right? So without further ado, guys, keep dropping the C25s in the chat. I would like to bring up my brother, Mr. C. John, get it done, Mr. Big Faith himself. Let me go ahead and unmute you, C. John. Take it away.
Go ahead and read. I bet you probably just gotta a little bit. All right. Can everybody hear me? If you guys can hear me, go ahead and drop a number 7 in the chat. Go ahead and drop a number 7 in the chat if you guys can hear me. All right, cool. All right, awesome. First and foremost, I definitely have to give it back to Be Wealthy. I mean, this is a person, guys. First and foremost, if you're in Impact Nation, just know that, you know, that is a blessing to be in her proximity, to be able to have access. Matter of fact, let's just drop, I don't care what team you on, I don't care what you represent, let's just drop Impact Nation in the chat. Let's just do that. All right, let's just drop Impact Nation in the chat because I want everybody to understand what unity can do. Right? I want everybody to understand when you're moving with a humble spirit, right? When you're moving with a gratitude spirit, it don't matter what the name is. The name of the game is Impact anyway. That's the full name of the game anyway. It don't matter if it's wealthy something, it don't matter if it's this, don't matter if it's that, it don't matter if it's whatever it is. The name of the game is Impact. You know, so I want to give a huge shout out to, you know, Be Wealthy, you know, somebody who I just see day in and day out in the trenches, day in and day out, you know, just literally figuring out how to serve at any moment, any second. And, you know, this is a person that, you know, that I know, and, you know, I've had conversations with her before and I've said, you're somebody that's just going to go chairman. Like, I can't explain why, I just know. Like, it's just sometimes you just know. And this is a person that it's only a matter of time. I'm going to use that language. It's only a matter of time before things just pop off. I promise you. Now let's switch over. Let's drop Faith Works in the chat because, you know, what I come to realize is that even when you have these troubles that come looking, these challenges, right? These troubles, these challenges, these things of the nature, right? What happens is that even if a physical person is not there, you still got one person that's always there. You still got one person that's always there. And he says, show me your faith and I'll show you my faithfulness. He says, show me your faith and I'll show you my faithfulness. All right, we can stop dropping faith works in the chat. I see there's a lot of coachable people who's looking to go ahead and go to the next level. And something's telling me that this is going to be one of those calls that catapult everybody to the next level. 1000%. I want you to really understand the instructions of what's actually about to go down in terms of this thing called faith, this thing called belief. Number one, faith stands for find answers in the heart. So we're dealing with the heart today. We're going to deal with your heart today. And some of us, we done got a broken heart. And I'm not talking about a relationship. Maybe it could be a friendship. Maybe it was somebody you still holding a grudge on. Maybe that's the stronghold that's not letting the gift, the fruits of the labor manifest in your life right now. Maybe it's something we haven't forgave. Maybe you haven't forgave yourself. Maybe you put too much pressure on yourself. And that's the thing. We're relying on self and not him. And him, as you already know. You already know who's him. It's not you. It's him. I understand you want something, right? I understand you want it, but you don't, in life, you don't get what you want. You get what you picture. And guess who puts the pictures in your head? Guess where the pictures come from? If you can hold it in your mind long enough, I promise you, you can get it. Your greatest power, right, to getting to the level chairman or whatever it is that you want, your greatest power is your focus. But check this out. Catch this. I don't mean just only focusing on the business. I mean, focus on the one who created the business, who created the universe, who created everything. That's where your focus needs to be as well. It's that type of power that when he knows that you acknowledge him first and not your troubles first, you're going to understand that he's bigger than your troubles. He's bigger than your challenges. He's bigger than anything that you're going to encounter. 1000%. I'm telling you right now, there's a shift that's about to happen and people are about to pivot. I don't know what you've been going through. Maybe things are going good and things are going to get better. Maybe things haven't been going as well, but now they're going to get even better. But I'm telling you right now, when it comes to this thing called faith, when it comes to this thing called belief, we have to get very, very clear on what it is that we want. And we have to get very, very clear on what it is that people are doing for us. Guys, you have somebody like, I know everybody's been on a call where Be Wealthy has hosted it. And I'm going to let you know right now, she's been able to go ahead and do some phenomenal things. So the vision is kind of clear. It really is. So clarity comes before strategy. Clarity comes before strategy. You got to get very clear on what it is that you want. I want you guys, if you're taking notes, I want you to write down what level do you think you can get to in the next 30 days? And actually, I don't want you to, I'm not expecting, I'm expecting, but sometimes I'm not really expecting somebody to say a big number, but I want you to know what can I do in the next 30 days? And I want you to, let's drop that in the chat. What level do you think you can reach in the business for now, and then I'm gonna say something else that you guys can reach. Okay, so we have a platinum 1000 next 30 days. Okay, create 3 P1Ks. Okay, cool. P1000. All right. P6, P2, the next 30 days. Okay, P6. Okay, all right. Now, let me ask you this. Now, let's talk about your trading account, right? Let's talk about your trading profits, right? Let's talk about that. How much do you think you can accumulate, right? How much do you think you can accumulate? How much do you think you can earn? I don't want to say get, because you're going to have to earn this one. How much do you think you can earn in the next 30 days without having a greedy spirit? Drop it in the chat. I don't care if it's a low number. I don't care if it in 30 days. Yes, in 30 days, how much do you think you can earn without having a greedy spirit? And see, I like the numbers that I see right now, because we know how greedy our spirit can get. We already know. I'm getting back in that thing. I know I lost today. I'm getting back in there. I'm taking a few more trades now. Okay, we're looking good right now. We're looking good right now. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it now. Now, I want you to take that goal. I want you to take that goal, because we're clear on what we want, but now it's strategy now. How do I get to that level? If I break that down into 4 weeks, 30 days, if I break that down into the next 4 weeks, what do I have to be doing on a week-to-week basis? If it's $1,000, or let's start with 500, because I saw the number 500 a lot. Just remind me that somebody wanted to hit chairman. That's what it reminded me of. So I see the 500. That's about what? 125 every week. Let's not be greedy. Let's not have a greedy spirit, but let's earn, let's learn, and let's share the blessing. Because one thing that I heard that B came on here and she said, "Yo, this is ministry." What would God do if he saw a homeless person outside? What would he do? He'd do something. What would you do if you see somebody working a job that you didn't want to work? What would you do? Hey, how you doing? I see you do security here. You love what you do? Hey, how you doing? I see you a janitor here. How long you been working here, if you don't mind me asking? How about we start connecting and stop pitching? How about we do that? Because here's what happens. When you tap into that unshakable faith, what's going to happen is you connect with everybody because you know your purpose. You wasn't born to be an introvert. In kindergarten, you have to talk to people. It don't matter if it's baby talk. It don't matter if it's whatever. You have to converse with other people. When they say clean up, you have to, all the kids are cleaning up the Legos. They got to listen. They got to interact. They got to be around people, the whole nine. When you got that unshakable faith, there's going to be people around you. I'm going to tell you like this, because I've had people around me like this. They're not going to believe the same way you do. And you have to be okay with being the outcast that's going to be the catalyst to go impact thousands of people. Because some people that you interact with, maybe you're not there to probably pitch them the business, but maybe you're there to connect, and maybe they connect you with somebody. Maybe you build a relationship with somebody. Maybe their spirit is defeated and you uplifted them. Maybe nobody's talking to them and you decided to go speak to them because what you learned when you became a part of our community and our network. Every skill that you learn here is applicable to everything you do in the life. If you want to start an Airbnb, guess what you need? You need capital. You need to talk to some folks. You need capital. You got to go talk to some folks. You got to go negotiate. You got to go connect with the landlord. You got to go do the things that we're doing here in this community and this network that's applicable to the things that you want to do, because this is the vehicle. This is not the final destination. I'm letting you know right now what's about to happen right now. Everybody drop shift in the chat. I want to work on your eye gates right now. I want to work on your eye gates. Shift and capital letters. I don't care how long it takes for you to do the capital letters, but I want to work on that word shift. Because I don't want you to stand still no more. We're about to go into the month of May, and we're about to finish the month of April strong. I don't know if you've been questioning yourself. I don't know if you've been playing in your head, but I know who you better let play in your head. You better let God play in your head. But guess what? He's going to play in your heart first, if you let him. If you let him. Maybe you got to get around the proximity. Maybe you got to get around certain individuals that's going to help you shift your faith, because you're not going to be around me not having no faith. Shout out to my faith friends on here. Shout out to my faith friends. It's a new season approaching. Not just in business, but right now we just got into spring. You know what happens in spring. It's spring now. Almost, yeah, things is going to bloom and things are going to boom. If you're ready to go to the moon, drop boom in the chat. If you're ready to go to the moon with this thing. See, catch this. Catch this. If you continue to be consistent in your confessions, you're going to see things show up in your life. Your confessions is your affirmations. Your confessions is the things that you wrote down. Your confessions is the things that you're journaling, saying you're getting better every day. Your confessions, if you don't know how to journal, I want you to talk about yourself, right? And say how good you're getting. So when you do look back, you have something to look forward to, because every time we're talking about how good we're doing, and we're going to continue to keep going. So we want to stay in the future anyway. But guess what's going to happen when you consistently start confessing what you want? You start confessing what's keeping you up at night. You start confessing, I don't know how to do it, God, but use me. When you start confessing to him and you start saying, listen, maybe I'm confessing all these things that I want, but God, I'm going to start confessing to, can you help me get through this? Can you help me do one good thing? Can you help me shift to another thing? But guess what's going to happen during that journey? 1,000% fear going to try to look to show up. And it's going to look to snatch your dream, your desires away. 1,000%. And if you come to agreement to what you feel based off what you see, which is sight, your vision will never be seen. Your vision will never be seen. It'll never be seen. You can't come into agreement with what you physically see. And sometimes you're gonna look crazy. And you're just gonna say, man, that's just crazy. I just got crazy faith. I got crazy faith. My God's bigger than any problem. Guys, I talk to myself sometimes and I'm just like, my God bigger than any problem. My God gonna get me through this. I have no trust issues with the man above. I don't got no trust issues with him. If I trust in him with all my heart, if I just trust, if I just have belief, if I really, I'm talking about I really do. But here's the issue. Some of us, we have trust issues based off what we're seeing, based off sight. Ah, man, I'm seeing red. Ah, man, I got left on red. No one wants to connect with me. I'm scared of social media. I don't want to put my face out there. Guys, that sounds like trust issues. How do you have trust issues with the man who created everything? He created everything. Once I know who's created everything, it's no trust issues. How is it that there's people that's, let me go to the gallery real quick. There's people that's sitting down. You trust what you're sitting on maybe more than what you trust that's the man above, which is wild. You got faith that this chair or this bed that you're sitting on is not going to break when that was man-made, but the person who made man made that. Guys, I'm not looking to preach. I just want to make this make sense for you though. I promise you, you put God at the forefront of this thing. I'm talking about maybe you're not the person that's just like, man, I don't be doing too much with that. Well, how about we start praying more over our food? How about we don't forget to pray over our food? How about we don't, how about we, as soon as we wake up, we're already talking to him already? How about before we go to bed, we're not too tired to say a prayer? How about that? Don't let nobody talk you out of your promise. You made a promise to yourself. You said you was going to do this. You said you was going to do that. You wrote the things down. You said you was going to do this. You said you was going to do that. Don't let nobody talk you out of what you already wrote down. Don't let nobody talk. You already look crazy because you've been talking about what you're doing right now. You already look crazy. I'm not about to let anybody have the upper hand on me and say, oh, I told you so. No, we're going to do this until something shows up. We're going to do this till something shows up. I know a lot of people like to say, yo, my body different. I like to say my spirit different because have you ever heard the term called school spirit? Like, it's like school spirit. They're like, man, they got really good school spirit. Can y'all drop a yes? If you don't, just drop a 5 if you never heard that before. But drop a yes in the chat if you did. Right? And they say school spirit. They're like, and then usually it's the individuals that's doing the most. They painting their face at the basketball, football games. They go into the sport. They go to every sporting game doing the most. I want you to do the most for the next 30 days. I want to see what that looks like. I want you to post without your coaches telling you to post, without your mentors telling you to post. I want you to hop on the trainings without your coaches and mentors having to blast it in the chat over and over. I want you to show up way before and just be like, hey, who's hosting this call? Because I've been got here. I've been was here. It should be a text message like, yo, B, you're the whole, everybody's here. We were here 5 minutes early. We need you to hurry up and start the Zoom. It needs to be that. Don't meet her there, beat her there. Matter of fact, when you know exactly where you're going, you should have even asked Be Wealthy, can I open up the call? Hey, can I open up and edify you before you talk? Hey, coach, can you put me in? Can I be in position today? How should I open up? Can I edify you? Can I get my face card out there? Because I know I'm the next rising leader in Impact Nation. I know we got to start speaking those things. I remember at one point I had some of my leaders, they would ask, yo, can I open up the call and edify? And I was just like, yo, somebody beat you there already. Somebody asked. And they're like, damn, let me get the next one. All right. So, guys, don't let nobody talk you out of your promise. Understand that. Don't let nobody talk you out of your promise. Don't let nobody talk you out of what you already said you was going to do. Don't let nobody talk about all the seeds you already planted. Don't let anybody talk you out of those things. Because the seeds that you're planting is the key to multiplication. You have to plant seeds. And once you plant those seeds, you got to activate those seeds. You got to activate them. You activate them with exposures. You activate them with exposures, right? So understand, you got to go activate those things. You have to. Like you actually have to. The next thing you got to do is you got to cultivate it. You got to cultivate it. Let me actually look. Hold on. Let me look up cultivate real quick. Let me look up cultivate. Cultivate. Let me just see that real quick. Cultivate seed. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So, all right. So when you cultivate a seed, it says start with quality soil, right? It says water wisely, right? Keep the soil warm, right? Give the seeding enough light. Guys, like the light is the exposures that you get to the business. The light is the extra Zoom calls that we do to help people. The light is the events. The light is the Super Saturdays. The light is multiple things that can be a beacon of light in your life. Every event that I went to was every event that I needed. It don't matter if I went on my last and I was like, Dad, I shouldn't have went to this one. You would never hear me say that. I just be like, yo, I learned something again. It never fails. But you have to properly plan. I mean, everybody should be in AZ in September. You got 5 months to prepare. If you ain't ready for, if you can't go to that, if you can't get ready in 5 months, how you gonna get ready for 6 figures? How you gonna get ready for 7 businesses that bring in 7 streams of income? How you gonna do that? I want you to be 10 steps ahead of the next. Your coach say, yo, I'm booking my, you should have a date that you're gonna book your flight. You have a date that you're gonna be landing. You should be actually your coach and mentor, what time you land? Cause I'm gonna have that done in May. I had that flight done in May. You should be so excited. You should be like, coach, you got any incentives in the next 5 months? Because I plan on bringing a lot of people. Now you start casting vision because your belief grew and you know your faith works. You know your faith works. Guys, we're talking about a Ivy League skill that we're learning here. Ivy League skill. You want to major in TBX? You can minor in DCX. Treat this like school. Treat this like you pay $50,000 a year. Treat this same way. Because I know people who say, I'm not missing class. I'm busy. I get on Go Live. I'm not missing class. I'm busy. A lot of people want to know the crypto source. I'm like, yo, just get on Mike and Kurt. Why you, like, they're giving you the sauce. Anything we do on Zooms is extra credit. It's extra credit. Guys, I'm telling you, like, right? So we talked about that, right? And the last one was, all right, so we talked about cultivate, right? The last one, and I want to give you this, is insulate. All right, it's insulate. All right, so we got to activate, we got to cultivate, and we got to insulate the seed. And now let me go ahead and go into what that is. All right. All right, and you guys know what insulation is. It's like, you know, if I'm putting insulation in a house and stuff, I got to make it warm, et cetera, et cetera. Like, you don't want it to be cold. The more colder you are, the more your language changes, the more I know you're not close to the fire. Fix your language, and now your life is gonna fix up too. What are we having conversations about? Are we talking more about goals? Or are we talking more about gossip? I don't care what nobody else is doing. I just know that, yo, I got a goal that I wrote down and I got to go get that done. And I'm going to do it until it shows up. Because most of us, we gave 4 years to high school. Some of us, whoever went to college, you did 4 years of college or however much you did, and you got a piece of paper at the end. You got a piece of paper at the end. And somebody just put the cherry on the top. That's wild. Whoever wrote that in the chat. They said debt. That's crazy. Anybody on this call ever been overqualified for a job? Like, you ever been overqualified? Like, they ever, like, you know, drop it in the chat. You ever, like, they was like, yeah, you're overqualified. You like, yo, what? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? How am I overqualified? Like, how? I'm willing. It could be a job at Target, Walmart, and they saying you overqualified. You're like, wait, I'm willing to lower my standards to get paid. Like, what's going on? Whenever you get a message from somebody saying you're overqualified, that means you're called to do something much bigger. Just want to let you know that. And you might just still be teeter-tottering with that low frequency. You might be teeter-tottering with something that's called lack. You might really need that job. You might really need some cash, and that's okay. Keep looking. Keep seeking. Keep searching. If you keep searching and seeking in this business for the answers, eventually they're going to show up. Guys, you want to know how I met Be Wealthy? I knew about her before I seen her, because she was making noise. I was like, yo, you ever it was like, yeah, such and such Be Wealthy. I didn't even know she was my cross line. I didn't even know that. I was like, yeah, Be Wealthy. I said, who team she on? Like, oh, she on the Gustavo. I ain't never meet her. Yeah, bro, she not playing with him. Like, nah, for real? Yeah, she not playing with him, bro. And then she hit P2000. I was like, oh, she's not playing with him. She's not playing with him. And then she left her job. And I was like, she's not playing with him. She's not playing with him. And she started getting people paid. And I was like, all right, she's not playing with him. And then I realized she'd been making impact the whole time. So that's probably why the name Impact Nation came up. I knew it was going to be Impact something. But it's somebody who guys, this is somebody like, you know, there's not many. I'm going to be honest. If I could be honest, drop a 100 in the chat if I could be honest. This one might hurt a little bit. I love y'all though. This one might hurt. All right, somebody probably about to hop off the call. They're like, "Dad, he about to." Nah, I'm gonna get off because he about to go in right now. Like, guys, I want to let you know something. There's not a lot of women that I recommend people to follow, but she's one of them. She's one of them. I want you to find your own identity, but I want you to duplicate her characteristics. Maybe she got a different style and that's not your style, but you duplicate the characteristics. The tonality, the delivery, those things. Like, this is somebody who I know that's in the trenches. Like, I'm not just saying this just to say this. If I'm gonna be truly transparent, I don't just be saying things just to say things. Like if this is how you are, I'm gonna say this is how you are. You know, whoever got, you know, Be Wealthy number, you know, go ahead and send out. And I want you to do this for the males, for the women. You know, I love you, sis. Go shoot her a text message, say I love you, sis. Go spread some love. Go spread some love. I mean, whoever didn't do it, just check your heart when you get off the call. Check your heart. But if you do have her number, and if you don't have her number, maybe hit her up on Instagram. Be like, you know what? I got love for you, sis. Thank you. Thank you for all you do. She didn't have to put this call together. And maybe she might be hard on some folks. And that's okay. Because you might be mad at her now, but at the end of the day, y'all be laughing and smiling when y'all up 6-7 figures. And be like, thank you. Because I bet you she value your success probably more than how you feel right now. Because she's looking to get you to the next level. All right. So guys, for the next, all right, now that we got some information, right? We got clear on certain things. And I want you to think about this. What if you said you wanted to be P6 in the next 30 days, right? I'd rather you aim as high as you can before you settle for what you thought you could hit. So if you thought you was going to hit P6 in the next 30 days, I want you to think again. Think bigger. I want you to say P1. Because you don't know who's going to show up in your business. You don't know who's going to show up. Guys, I started saying successful international people are joining my business every single day. I kid you not. In 2 months, 40 deep international. 40 deep, 12 different countries. So when they showed up on the Zoom call, when I did a Zoom call with them, all I did was I said, I was expecting you. I've been speaking about this. Because whatever I speak, I get. Whatever I speak, I get. Words are powerful, so let me use the words in my favor and not talk the negative stuff. It's no benefit of talking negative. It's actually no benefit at all. But sabotaging yourself, getting in your own head, messing up your mental, bringing anxiety in your life and bringing depression in your life. So you might as well speak the right things even when you're going through things. Put some headphones on, listen to something positive, know how to shift. Somebody asked me a question. I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Somebody asked me a question. This is my last thing. Somebody said, see, John, how come leaders is always on like 100? Like how they stay on 100? How do they stay in it all the time? It's not that we're in it all the time. It's that we just recover faster than the average person. So maybe we go through stuff, but we recover that quick. But maybe something, kind of took us out of alignment for a second, but we came right back to it very, very quickly. We just recover faster. That's the superpower of a leader. That's the superpower of a superstar. That's the superpower of somebody who has vision. We know we got to recover quickly because as soon as we take our eye off the road, you already know what can happen. You can hit the curve. And I'm not hitting the curve in my business. I'm not hitting the curve in my account, my trading account, and I'm not hitting the curve in my life. And as long as I can fix my words and they'll show up in my life, that's what I'm going to continue to keep doing. 1,000%. Now, what it looks like for you to hit the next level in the next 30 days. And I want you to really think like, yo, somebody just might reach out to you and say, yo, I just been watching you for mad long. And like, I don't even know what you do. I just want to do it. But because you said P6, they didn't show up in your life. So think big. Drop something in the chat. What's the next level that you want to hit in the next 30 days? Yeah, I don't care if you look crazy. I don't care. I actually don't care. If you said P6, go up a notch. If you said 5 P1000s, 7 P1000s, you don't know who's going to show up. I like what we're doing right now. I'm seeing it now. I'm seeing it now. I love it. All right. I wish you guys well, in the next 30 days, let's really shift it. I hope that today's call, hit you in your heart, and just not in your mind. Like, I really hope it hit you in your heart. I really hope you just like, you know what, the weekend's coming up. I'm gonna pack some content up. I'm gonna look at what somebody's doing, and I'm gonna just duplicate, whatever it is that they're doing. Hey, go to Be Wealthy pages, go see what she's doing. Go ask her a question. Be like, what are you doing on Facebook? What are you doing on Instagram? Can I send me a voice note? I know you can't get on the phone with me, but send me something so I can go do it. Send me a video or screen record, something, so I can go do it. Faith without works is dead. So your faith is in vain if you're not even putting in the work. So we got to go put in some work. But other than that, guys, go ahead and drop love in the chat. Drop love in the chat. I'm going to pass this back to Be Wealthy. I appreciate you, sis. I appreciate you. Let me address you the right way. I appreciate you, Queen. Thank you. I appreciate you. Chairman 10, let's drop love and let's drop Chairman 10 in the chat for Be Wealthy. Love C10. I love that. Let's put love C10. Yeah. All right. I just want her to see that. All right. But I'm going to pass it back to you. You could go ahead and take it away. Let's get it. Love you guys.
Let's go. Shout out to C. John. Family, I see the chat is going crazy with the love. Let me go ahead and spotlight myself. Guys, shout out to C. John, Mr. Big Faith, get it done. Right, guys? Mr. Big Faith, get it done. What I want everyone to do right now, let's show C. John some gratitude. Right, guys? Let's show C. John some gratitude. Right? He did not have to come on this call and do this call today. Right? I saw a lot of input in the Impact Nation chat saying this call was amazing. Oh my God, B, I love this call. Right? So what I want you guys to do is go to his Instagram. His Instagram is his Zoom name, at @CJohn_get it done. If someone wants to type it in the chat, type C. John's Instagram in the chat, and I want you to go to his most recent picture. Right? Go to his most recent picture and say C25 is done. C25 is done. Go to his most recent picture on Instagram, right? And put in the comments, C25 is done. So he should have 44 comments coming in, right? So we can get his Instagram drop. I think I seen Dustin just drop his Instagram. We can get his Instagram drop one more time in the chat. C. John, there we go. C. John_ get it done. Right? C. John_ get it done, family. So go to his most recent post and type C25 is done. Make sure, guys, you show him gratitude. He did not have to come on this call and do this. So again, C. John, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for everything that you do. Shout out to the whole Big Faith family, right? You guys show major love, right? So Impact Nation will always have love and respect for Big Faith, right? So we appreciate you, family, right? So we will go ahead and end it here, right? I did record it. I will upload this on YouTube. For all of my Forex students, we are going to do basic training. I will be dropping the link in the next 15 minutes. So grab some water, grab a snack, use the bathroom, and I will see you guys back on Zoom in the next 15 minutes for our Forex basic training. We're going to go through MetaTrader 4. I'm going to show you how to modify your stop loss, how to take partials, the whole 9 yards, right? So again, I appreciate you, family. Shout out to my guy, C. John. Show him some love on Instagram and take care, guys. Have a great one.